Wednesday night hoops are in the air at the Champlin Park Fieldhouse. Welcome inside as we get set for the Rebels and Pirates in a Northwest Suburban Conference clash. Jason Doro, Pete Hayes, and Pete, tonight we get a look at one of the best scorers in the state of Minnesota.
Yeah, it's really exciting to be able to sit here and watch her tonight, and knowing that she's a junior, averages a little over 32 points a game. I know in a couple of their losses this season, she was up around the 40-point mark, so it doesn't matter who she's playing against. She's highly sought after in the United States, so it will be fun to watch her tonight.
Adalia McKenzie, the junior forward, is the individual we're talking about. She's already eclipsed 1,000 career points this year and has an offer from the U of M to play under Lindsay Whalen, but she's got plenty of help. You see Lauren Frost there, senior guard. She's scoring 14 per game, and she's coming off an 18-point performance.
Yeah, she's a good player, too. They have 3 kids that are in double figures and a 4th one that's just under the 10-point mark. So it's like I talked about in the pregame. It's not just one person. They have 4 or 5 people that they can go to and depend on for their scoring.
Now a look at Champlin Park, as you see, coached by Josh Steck, now his 5th season at the helm of this program. Nobody's averaging in double figures for Champlin Park this year. Maya Fitzpatrick is just a little bit short at 9.9 points per game, and Michaela Counts also at 9.5. So it's going to be a full team effort for Champlin Park if they are to hang with the Pirates this evening.
Yeah, I hope they're a little more healthy than they have been this week. You know, that's going to be crucial for them to be able to hang in there with Park Center. So hopefully they're feeling good and they're ready to come out here tonight and really compete. They've played some tough teams this season. They played some tight games, so we're expecting a good game.
Champlin Park had 2 games on the schedule last weekend. They played Friday night at Blaine, lost 64-59. The following day, they were supposed to drive all the way down to Rochester to battle against Rochester Mayo, but they called that game off because, as Pete just mentioned, they were down to just 6 healthy players, and when I emailed Josh Steck this week, he said we had 11 girls taking Tamiflu. Yikes. 5 team fouls to each side now with just over 4 minutes to play in the first half, and that was the 2nd personal on Maya Dubose. Frost open for 3 from the corner. Too much muscle. And a long rebound for Maya Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick lost it off her own knee and out of bounds.
And that's a tough defender on McKenzie. You always got to know who you're going against. I've always preached this. You know, if you're going to try to take somebody one-on-one, you got to know who you're going against. And she's one of the better offensive end defenders in the state of Minnesota. She's tough to get by, and she showed that right there.
And Pete, when you look at Champlin Park's offensive production tonight, a good chunk of those 22 points have come in transition and fast break. Once they've gotten to the half court and had to settle down, it's been tough to come by many points against the Park Center defense.
Yeah, Park Center's done a nice job adjusting to that. They seem to be getting back much better right now.
Regulin, this time she connects.
That's a big basket right there for Park Center to cut this thing to 5.
The lid had been on the rim on those 3-point shots for Park Center. And now Maya Dubose responds with that lefty scoop. Frost chucks it out to the corner. Kayla Cox for a 3. She buries it too. Back-to-back triples for the Pirates. And they're within 4.
Here comes the Pirates.
And Dubose travels.
We talked about trying to keep that lead and that distance in the first half, and the Pirates are coming.
It's hard to hold off the number 6 team in the state. Park Center averages 75 points per game. They're used to having much more on the scoreboard at this point. McKenzie slices inside and then dumps it off the glass and home. Long pass ahead. Lillard reels it in. Now Stefferud attacks, flips it up, left it short. Rebound for Olivia McGill. The 8th grader weaving through traffic. Bounces it off for McKenzie, who throws it long.
Yeah, McKenzie wanted that ball. And if you're an 8th grader and McKenzie wants that ball, you get her the ball. And she did right there.
Champlin Park slowing the pace now. counts, denied. McGill stuffed it, and possession stays with Champlin Park. Amelia Valentino will return for the Rebels, tapping out Maya Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, McGill for Park Center, she is ultra quick for an 8th grader. You know, she's going to be fun to watch in her next 5 years. That sounds crazy. 5 years.
And she's already 5'7" too, as Mackenzie bumped into Counts near midcourt. That's the second personal on Adalia McKenzie and the 6th team foul against Park Center.
Well, this is a big possession for Champlin with just a little over 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. They do have a 2-point lead, but they want to eat up a little bit of clock here and come away with a couple of points.
Yeah, let's see if the Rebel offense takes the air out of the basketball here. Instead, they're going into attack mode, and McKenzie picks it away. Adalia McKenzie threads between 2 defenders and then draws a blocking foul. And there's Barb Metcalf, the 3rd-year head coach of Park Center. Took over this program after 9 seasons as the head coach at West Fargo High School up in North Dakota. And she's won 75% of her games since taking over the Pirate program.
Yeah, she does a nice job with them, that's for sure. Tell you what, that's a nice way to come down to the Twin Cities and have a McKenzie in your program as a 9th grader and help make her into the player that she is today.
Yeah, she's a junior now and has 10 points in this game, averaging 33 per game this year. As Lillard draws a whistle on the other end.
You know, Champlin Park keeps driving that ball to the basket. They've had a few stolen here lately, but they're not afraid to take the ball and go to the hoop. Here's a look at it right here. And I believe a good call followed again by the officials. The crew's doing a nice job here tonight.
Lillard's first from the stripe is good. And there's no doubt that Champlin Park has done their best to get to the rim, and they've gone right into the teeth of the Park Center defense, despite the fact that the Pirates are supposed to be, on paper, the stronger, faster team.
You know, I was reading something earlier on today on McKenzie and saying how coachable she is. You know, and I'm watching her demeanor now, and things aren't quite going her way. She seems real cool and calm and real, you know, friendly to all of her teammates and everybody else. So it looks like she is a very coachable kid, and you don't always get that with the superstar, but as long as they're willing to learn, that's a real plus for your program and for her as an individual.
And she already has an offer from Lindsay Whalen and the University of Minnesota, which, you know, when coaches at that level are looking at high school players, they're definitely talking to the coaching staff and finding out if players have the right mentality and the right demeanor to play on the Division I level and build a culture and team that gels and is productive as a unit.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of good players out there, so it's those little things that make the difference to be a Division I player.
Under a minute to go in the first half. Park Center came in 14-3, ranked number 6 in the state. Champlin Park is 5-9. The Rebels trying to pull the upset, and that's a kicked ball.
Yeah, she didn't like that call too much. You know, I'm not sure if I did either, but I never liked a lot of calls in my day if they went against me. So I'm not quite so sure. I think she just threw that one off the knee. But
technically, it's supposed to be intentional to warrant a whistle, but she did move her leg into it. It wasn't sitting there stationary, so I can see why the official blew the whistle there.
Well, they've been doing a nice job tonight, so.
Champlin Park up by 3, although they had only 6 healthy players 3 days ago. And their head coach, Josh Steck, said they have 11 girls taking Tamiflu to avoid the latest virus that has hit this program. That last 3 from McKenzie over the backboard and out of bounds, giving the Rebels the basketball for a final possession before recess.
The staff's not real happy with that, with the 20 seconds left in the game. They wanted her to hold until the last shot instead of turning the ball back over. Even if she made it, gives Champlin another opportunity. So I know they weren't real excited about her taking that shot.
And Barb Metcalf, the Park Center head coach, sat McKenzie back down to the bench with 2 fouls here. DuBose attacks and scores. A nice kiss off the window. 5-point advantage for the Rebels. And a rejection, but also a whistle at the horn. Aaliyah Ragulin got to the tin. Izzy Quick had the block, but apparently a foul too. You can hear Josh Steck saying the half is over, but the officials are going to discuss this one.
Well, our mic's down there, so we're going to hear the whole conversation, whether we want to or not. That was pretty cool, though, hearing the coach down there.
There's Quick with the block. And it looks like she took a knee to the upper leg. Josh Steck is really displeased in front of the Rebel bench. And I didn't see on that last replay what Josh Steck is arguing right now, whether or not the play or whistle occurred before the horn went off, but it didn't look like a foul all that much.
Right, I think he's more concerned with the time running out. You could hear him saying that I was walking off the floor, it was over, and then the whistle blew.
Ragulin is able to rattle home the first free throw as we take one more look. And you look at that clock above the scoreboard on the other end. I think there was still time left. So if it was a foul, that's the right call by the officials. And that last missed free throw takes us to halftime. Champlin Park with a 4-point lead at home against the number 6 team in the state. The Rebels trying to pull off a big upset at the Fieldhouse tonight.